connect them.
Hi.
Okay, welcome everybody tonight to our May 2020 workshop. This is our first virtual run at this due to the coronavirus, so hopefully it goes without too much of a hitch. So the first item on the agenda will be, we'll have an administrative hearing for relief from the moratorium for Dr. Fugo Wednesday. We'll also call for a public hearing for administrative relief from the moratorium from DP Stonegate. That hearing will be held in June. Also, the moratorium has currently expired to 3 months, so we'll be proposing another 6-month extension to that moratorium on Wednesday. We also are calling for a public hearing on a no smoking ban in our town parks and town-owned properties. So the board members have had an opportunity to look at this. One of the things that I think if we put into place, we'll have to kind of take a look at those type of signs that we have to have and how we'll enforce this. But I think that it's probably long overdue that we have this at the parks. Too many children at the parks, and people can wait until they're done. But I know that you all have this local law that the town attorney drafted for us. So just as a point, I should have mentioned that all 4 board members are on this call with us, along with the town attorney. So I'm here by myself, with our IT specialist, Patrick Mangan. All right, the next item on the agenda for Wednesday will be public hearings about sewer districts. Now, it's for all 24 sewer districts, and it all has to do with the dechlorination project that we are undertaking for the sewer plant expansion. And this will be the first step in that long process of expanding that sewer treatment plant from 5 million gallons to 8 million gallons. So there'll be, just so the board understands, there'll be 24 separate public hearings for each district. We'll go through that, and then we'll have to wait a bit to see if there's any comments from people, and then I'll close all the public hearings at the same time. So it may be a little tedious, but I've been advised by our legal staff that it's what we have to do. So we'll fight our way through it. We'll also award the bids for that dechlorination project on Wednesday. And it's like 4 separate bids. We had to do a general construction, mechanical construction, electric construction, and plumbing construction contracts. So there's 4 different ones, and we have a recommendation that I know you all have from our engineers recommending the low bidder. So this will be the first step, as I mentioned, in a pretty long process of getting this sewer treatment plant where it needs to be. The next item on the agenda is also about the sewer treatment plant. It has to do with extending the bond amount to 3.5 million. It's just the planning stage of the bond. So it's not the building of the sewer plant itself expanding it, but the planning process. So we're just allowing 3.5 million. Not that we're spending 3.5 million, but it does allow us to go up that high. So the amount now is 1.5. We just thought we'd like to add a couple million to that because this is going to be a major undertaking, and there's some substantial planning and work that has to go into this. I know everybody has copies of those bids. The next item on the agenda is a water interconnect at Lake Street. As you're all familiar with, we have this interconnect on Lake Street from the city of Newburgh that when the aqueduct shuts down, we run around like a bunch of chickens with our heads on, trying to reconnect this pipe so that we can start to draw water from another source. This will allow us to make a permanent installation, and it just be kind of simply going over and throwing a switch when we have to go back, when we have to get off the aqueduct. And The aqueduct has some shutdowns that I've sent you all the memorandums that they go right through to 2023. So this is a project that we need to kind of get to be permanent, as permanent as it can be. I think we're a few things at the attorney's office with easements and those kind of things that I have a better idea. We haven't had a concrete price. My guess is it'll be someplace around 20,000. So we'll see what it comes in. Then we'll move forward. The next item on the agenda is the HVAC at Resco Center was in rough shape. We had 3 bids, and we were awarded to the lowest bidder, responsible bidder, which is Petro Plumbing. So that will also be on the agenda. The next item on the agenda was awarding a bid for the police department's new motorcycle. After some conversation with the police chief, he thought that he could do without that right now because of the financial conditions that we probably would be facing down the road. We've had a lot of discussions about that, the 5 of us. So this $27,000 may be better spent on salaries. So at this point, we're going to accept and reject the bid. And there'll be no new motorcycle. We'll get by with the ones or the 2 that we have now and see how that works out for us. The next item on the agenda is advertising for these sewer pump station for the generators. There's about 7 of them. I think, Stephen Bedetti, you were out there and kind of looked at all of them, right? Yep. And there's a couple of them that will have to be dragged out because we can't install them permanently because of on people's property. So that was it 2 or 3, Stephen? You know?
3 of them.
2. So there's 2 that we will have to physically bring out to the location. We've been doing that right along, but now we'll be able to put them in more permanent, the 5 of them anyway. And anyway, this will just go advertise a bid, let the bid, and let's see what the numbers come in like, and then we can make a decision as what we're going to do. Okay, at this point, we're going to shut it down and go to executive session, but I'd just like to mention that the town board meeting on Wednesday will also be virtual, be the same way. And at the public portion, comment portion, you will be able to comment either by calling in or texting or sending us something on Facebook, and we'll be able to answer your questions. So we'll see how that works out, and I appreciate everybody jumping in tonight and the board members all at their location. So at this point, we'll shut it down and go to executive session.